So, Anneke, what we saw yesterday, an outraged Judge Kavanaugh, who understandably, after being attacked and have his family being attacked, he struck back, was very different from the man that we saw during the regular confirmation hearings, who was poker-faced, who was very judicial, who didn't talk back, etc. Let me just play a little bit of what we saw yesterday and get your reaction.
This whole two-week effort has been a calculated and orchestrated political hit, fueled with apparent pent-up anger about President Trump and the 2016 election. This is a circus. The consequences will extend long past my nomination. The consequences will be with us for decades.
Now, that outrage was completely understandable, considering what he and his family has been through. But Senator Blumenthal, I think, had the gall to come out and call it a political rant and said that anybody who spoke like that at a Senate hearing doesn't deserve to be a justice on the Supreme Court. Your reaction?
Well, Senator Feinstein tried to say something similar, and I think that's just their next tack. They know that anybody watching Brett Kavanaugh talk about what he's been through, their hearts would go out to the man. You don't have to know him, as I do, to feel that he's speaking from the heart. And really, the thing it's important to remember is that he's a man who cares about justice. He cares about the institutions of our country. A lot of the work he's done in his career, in his various positions, have been to safeguard various institutions and to set up policies that are good for the nation. So it's not just coming from a personal place for him. It's also genuinely caring about the precedent that is set, which is what you want in a Supreme Court nominee.
Well, you do, and you want somebody who you can rely on to keep a level head, because a lot of these cases he's going to decide on are going to be highly charged, both emotionally and politically. So which Kavanaugh would you say it was that you dealt with? Was it the man who was outraged by an understandable outrage by the attacks on his family, or was it the poker face judge that we saw during the hearings?
I worked with both. There were times that things would happen that would make him angry, that would make us angry, and we would talk about it, we would hear about that. But he is very level, and he referred in the hearing to his rating with the American Bar Association that his demeanor on the bench is the highest rating you can get. So what we saw in the hearing, I think it was important that we got to see him as a man, yes. And I think he allowed us to see that. He needed to be vulnerable because he was coming on the heels of another vulnerable testimony, and we needed to see what he remembered and how he felt about it, and he showed us that.
You know, it's very interesting you say that. You know, as horrible as the process has been, it was instructive, I think, for the nation to see the whole man, to see yes. Beyond just the judge with the poker face, to see a man who had justifiable anger and expressed that anger. Finally, very quickly, his family. You must have yes. gotten to know at least his own feeling about his family, if not his family himself. Describe that for us. They're often forgotten in all this.
Well, so his wife and he actually met at the White House. She worked for President George W. Bush as well, which was always one of the lovely romance stories among his colleagues there. But I'll tell you that one of the ways, no matter how long the day was, no matter how long the hours were, 2 in the morning, one easy way to get Brett to smile was to ask him how his daughter Margaret was doing.
Oh, gosh. Anneke Green, great to see you, Anneke. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.